Hello everyone, Katie Wheeler, your remote instruction coordinator, coming to you toward the end of the semester as we're getting ready for finals week. I wanted to talk about 2 study session ideas that I'm going to be using in my own classes that work well in the remote setting. Remember, you can find more activity ideas by enrolling yourself into the Remote Launchpad on the homepage of D2L under the Discover tab. The first study session idea I'm going to talk to you about is called the Jigsaw Activity. This is a neat activity where students take ownership over the information in your class through the study guide or what you might be covering on that final quiz, final exam. And the idea is that students learn it well enough to teach one another. You prepare for this by creating a list or a table of your students, and you'll want to assign them to 2 types of teams. Here, I've got teams organized by numbers that are assigned the same topic, then by color that I'll explain in just a moment. So here you can see my 3 1s are studying persuasive outlines, the 2s are looking at the invitational speech, the 3s are breaking down the definition of persuasion, and the 4s are looking at the 5 dysfunctions of a team. These number groups will get together and learn the information and make sure they're comfortable enough with it to teach one another. Then individuals will join a group by the color they've been assigned, a green group, a blue group, and a purple group. And in those groups, they'll take turns teaching one another. How do I organize this in Zoom or WebEx? I set up my breakout rooms in a very specific way. So you start to create those breakout rooms, however many you need based on the groups that you've developed. No matter what, you want to make sure you select Let Participants Choose Room, which is available both in Zoom and WebEx. You want to create 4 home teams, as I have here, that match those number teams. And what you can do is give students 10, 15, 20 minutes with that home team to review their information and make sure they're comfortable with it. Ensure that they have full ownership over that part of the study guide or topic from the course. After they've had that time together, you then send the groups to the green, blue, or purple rooms where they will take 10, 15, 20 minutes to teach one another the information. What I love about this activity is that students are taking full ownership over the information. It's a highly kinesthetic or hands-on activity, and students tend to have a lot of fun teaching one another. That is the first study session idea that I have. The second one that I'm looking forward to using is a topical study room setup. Again, it's with the breakout rooms, and what I'm doing is creating those based on a topic that individuals say, hey, I need to work more on this, or I'm really struggling with that idea, or I just need to do that basic review. You could have students do a pre-assessment to see where their strengths are in your class. You could have students simply reflect and think about what they most want to focus on. Again, you create those breakout rooms with the Let Participants Choose the Room. And you'll want to go in and rename those rooms by hovering your mouse to the right of the room, and you can select Rename. Then rename the rooms to whatever it might be. I have some examples here as though students were studying for certain chapters or theories, or maybe they need to study a way to solve a mathematical problem. Whatever it might be, this allows students to go to the room where they need to learn the most or focus the most, and they can also trade between rooms. You can also monitor this from your breakout rooms feature in WebEx or Zoom and see where you might need to duck in and check on students and see what they're working with. Now, those are 2 study ideas that I have. Don't forget the other tools we've been learning throughout the semester with Poll Everywhere and Kahoot. You could have a review quiz. You could even add a competition piece to it. These are great tools to use for study review. You also have that Google Jamboard that you can create, and I have used this with the Jeopardy setup. It's been a lot of fun for students, and it's easy for them to access. That is my overview of some study ideas. At any time, you can reach out to me, Katie Wheeler, your remote instruction coordinator, at remote.instruction@ppcc.edu. Don't forget, there's many more activity ideas in that Remote Launchpad on the homepage of D2L under the Discover tab.